One more thing I want to tell you, and this is my strong exhortation and word of caution, is you have to be very sensitive when interviewing other people groups, especially if the people you're interviewing are minors. And I just want to flat out say, do not interview a minor without the parents' permission. And I would say we actually have a form for this at the school. So if you're going to be interviewing any minors, you have to get permission. You have to go through the process. You have to fill out a form, because we could actually be sued, shut down, etc. if things went poorly. And part of it's our times, but think about it. How would you feel if someone from state or UCSD got your kids or your little brother or sister alone and was asking them all sorts of really personal or intimate questions about your family or your beliefs? That might make you really uncomfortable. So you need to, especially if interviewing a minor, to get permission. I want to tell you one, this was right before I got this class, and normally they would have like missionaries on furlough teach the cultural anthropology and world religions class, but I finally was able to get it from them. But we had the assignment for education majors, they had to do their field work in an elementary school setting because that's where they were going to work, and it had to do with the state licensing. So I let my other students interview whoever, but my education majors had to do their field work in the context of the classroom. Well, this was, one of my students got permission to interview a student in the El Cajon Valley School District, and they picked a young Rastafarian boy, and he's probably in middle school, maybe elementary school. And the first thing our sweet, young, white, conservative Christian college student asked this young Rastafarian to do is to take off his TN, or his head covering, because he had all his dreads tucked up under his hat. But see, from the culture your previous classmate came from, it was rude to wear hats in like a formal setting or interview. What she didn't understand was, in his culture, asking him to take off his hat, she might as well ask him to take off his pants, because that was something they kept private. It was very important to their religion. It wasn't something that they were just flashing around. It wasn't a fashion statement, but it was a private, sacred thing. And so that poor little boy, when he went home traumatized by this white woman from some Christian school in El Cajon at the time, you can imagine her parents called the NAACP. There were protests outside our school. And the irony is, the whole point of this project is to try to help us get over stereotypes, get over racism, get over prejudice, bigotry, to see people how they actually are. And instead, the reverse happened, where it just was this raw misunderstanding due to lack of education understanding. So you really need to do some research about the people you're going to be studying or interviewing, so you're not making those foibles. And if you run it by me first, I mean, I certainly don't know about every culture or subculture, but I know about a lot of them. I could save you and me and the school a lot of grief. But for that reason, I really prefer, unless for whatever reason you really need to study minors, I would just say it's not worth the pitfalls and the hassles to do it. So try to interview adults. But even then, a good thing to ask yourself is, how comfortable would I be if someone was asking me the types of questions that I want to ask them? And like I said, please run it by me. I'd be more than happy to help you or help you come up with interview questions. We just want to be respectful, and the end goal is to bring understanding and hopefully even appreciation of the other, rather than a fear of or a misunderstanding, let alone we don't want to insult the people we're studying. And remember, they're people. We're not studying minerals or fruit or animals. These are human beings. So don't treat them as such. Don't objectify them. Remember, these are subjective individuals. Okay. Any questions or comments on that?